Orphaned as a child, Hendrick grew up on the streets with only his older brother Uther to look out for him. Life was hard for the both of them, but Uther taught Hendrick how to survive in their harsh world. Living under the kingdom of Lazaria, they aspired for a better life, and so drafted themselves into the military when Hendrick was of age. They trained and served together for many years under High King Taslos as dragon hunters. Both Hendrick and Uther earned a reputation as skilled dragon slayers, and Uther was awarded the title of captain in the squad Dragon's Bane. Under the leadership of Uther, Dragon's Bane became the most successful dragon slayers known to the kingdom. However, with glory comes sacrifice, and Uther was tragically killed during an elder dragon hunt. Taking over the mantle of captain, Hendrick was consumed with rage and hatred towards all dragons. The brutality of Dragon's Bane increased with Hendrick's lust for blood. This caught the attention of High King Taslos himself. It was during an escort mission for the king that Hendrick noticed the impressive skills of Aya, the king's loyal drow assassin. He became infatuated with her, and although he tried to repress his feelings, he simply couldn't contain them. They forged a forbidden relationship in secret that was eventually discovered. The penalty for such an act was banishment from the kingdom, but for a drow, it was death. Unable to live with the loss of the only person that brought Hendrick back from the abyss of hatred, he rescued her and they fled the kingdom together. Turning away from the life they knew, they happened upon a group of undesirables. And for Hendrick, this is where the tales of the Unwanted begins.
Abandoned as a child at the entrance to the Underdark, the same fate dealt to all drow cursed with ashen skin. Unwanted by her people, Aya was left to fend for herself. She soon learnt that survival meant taking what she needed from whomever she could. Over the years, Aya perfected the art of stealth, and what was once a necessity became a way of life. Seeking greater riches, Aya set her sights on the biggest challenge to date, the king's treasury. However, pride comes before a fall, and Aya was caught in the act by none other than King Taslos himself. Impressed with Aya's skills for one so young, the king decided not to execute her, but instead to nurture her talents. He took her to the Order of the Crow, the king's personal guard, to be trained as an assassin. After many years of training, Aya rose through the ranks, earning herself the title as Shadow of the King. Working closely as his personal bodyguard and deadliest weapon, Aya never missed her mark. Over the years, the king's hunger to control the land grew ever stronger, and if the neighbouring kingdoms wouldn't fall in line, well, then Aya was there to take care of the problem. Tasked with such an assassination under the guise of a diplomacy mission, Aya accompanied the king alongside his royal guard. This is when Aya first set her eyes upon Hendrick, and something stirred within her. Emotions were a dark cloud that shrouded her judgment, and Aya was trained to suppress them. Shocked by her own feelings, Aya glanced for but a moment. The penalty for showing emotions was death. Aya thought nothing more of it, until the night that Hendrick appeared outside her quarters. As a weapon of the king, Aya had always been treated as such, and it came as a great surprise to be seen as something more. As stealth was her forte, Aya pursued a relationship with Hendrick in secret. Unfortunately, this was not to last, and the two were discovered by the king. Aya was given a choice: die for her crimes or prove her loyalty to the king by gifting him the head of Hendrick. Aya chose death without hesitation. She would not kill the only man she'd ever cared for. Sentenced to death, Aya was imprisoned to await her fate. On the eve of her execution, Aya had resigned herself to what the hand of fate had dealt her. But fate, it would seem, had a change of plan. Hendrick rescued Aya from her cell, and the two escaped into the shadows. Free from the king's grasp, the pair did as they pleased, and it felt good. Until one day they joined a group of travelers that shared a mutual hatred for the king. After all, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.